We have a full moon coming up in Virgo on Friday, which is going to be a big one. It's so big. There's so much happening in the stars that I have actually written a ton of notes. So hopefully I don't forget anything. Full moons in general are all about releasing what no longer serves us and welcoming in new, fresh ideas, new relationships, new ways of thinking, new behaviors that are going to serve our highest good for the next chapter of our lives moving forward. This full moon is in Virgo. So Virgo is renowned for the mind-body connection. It's also really correlated with our physical health and physical body. And Virgo is all about routine and organization as well. Under this full moon in Virgo, I think beware of any perfectionism tendencies. It is a great time to get your health checkups, your blood tests, and really get back into routine in terms of your exercise, nutrition, hydration, and sleep. I would say that full moons, anything that is no longer working, if you're finding that you're trying to get to the gym in the morning and it's just not fitting into your schedule, for example, then something needs to change around. So don't be afraid of change. Really allow yourself to let go of anything that's not working for you so that you can find a better way for yourself moving forward. Interestingly enough, this full moon in Virgo is called the blood moon. So the blood moon actually comes in threes. This full moon is the first of three. The second one is, I think it's the 7th of September this year. And then the third one will be the 3rd of March next year, 2026. Really pay attention to the themes and the things, the people, the situations that are arising under this full moon. Take a little note, write it in your journal and date it, because the same themes or the similar themes are going to be coming up again in September this year and then again in March next year as well. And this is just the beginning. We are really at the start of another chapter, which is kind of exciting. But like any new chapter, we have to also close chapters as well. We have new energy and fresh mindset for what's coming ahead. Don't be afraid to let things go. Full moons and blood full moons are really about like surprises, things coming out of the blue. I feel like it's all about shedding and transformation as well. Really interestingly enough, Saturn, which is the planet of karma, is making its rounds and is very active under this full moon. Because Saturn is the planet of karma, I do feel like there's going to be a lot of karmic changes in terms of transformation, relationships, what you're doing and where you're meant to be going, the people that you're hanging around with or collaborating with. A lot of the changes that are coming into your life, or the new people coming in, or the letting go of things, a lot of that will be karmic. Don't worry, it's meant to be. Everything is always working out for your highest good. This full moon in Virgo is also at the start of the eclipse portal. So we have 2 eclipses. We've got the total lunar eclipse on the same day as the full moon, so Friday, and then 2.5 weeks later, roughly, I think it's on the 29th of March, we have the solar eclipse. So between the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse is what is called the eclipse portal. The eclipse portal is renowned for random surprises, or maybe not random, destined and fate surprises, shocks, things that will kind of come up out of the blue. So just be very prepared for unexpected things. I think it's that saying, expect the unexpected. That is perfect for eclipse season. I think also just letting yourself go or roll with the waves or roll with the punches. So not holding onto anything too tightly, being very detached, seeing if you can stay centered and grounded within your own body and not hooking your energy onto anyone or anything else, because let's be honest, things will change. People will leave. We're also in Venus retrograde. Venus is the planet of relationships, of love, both self-love and romantic love, friendships, collaborations, and partnerships as well. Anytime there is a retrograde, it means that people from the past will be making an appearance again. It also means that things are slowed down so that we can reflect and review what is working, what is not. I think if you are getting people from the past popping up, whether that's friends or romantic partners from the past, it's usually because there is still something that you haven't cleared from that partnership. Really pay attention to not only the person, but also how you feel when that person makes an appearance as well. What are the emotions? How does your physical body feel? If you're tense or feeling tension in your gut or your heart space, maybe your nervous system is a little bit activated. Ask yourself, what am I actually feeling and what do I need in order to feel better? Hopefully the answers will come in, and in fact I'm sure they will, because everyone's psychic abilities and intuition is always heightened around a full moon, and especially around eclipse season. So if you are having vivid dreams and you're having downloads and you're having visions, it's really common around a full moon, and especially around eclipse as well. As well as all of that, we have the full moon in Virgo on the same day as the total lunar eclipse. We've got Saturn making its rounds, which is the planet of karma, We've also got Venus in retrograde, bringing up people from the past. And then we also have Mercury retrograde on top of that. It's a hectic month. Let's be honest, March is challenging us all. Mercury is all about the mind and communication. Whenever Mercury is in retrograde, we always want to triple check our technology, make sure you save all your documents and your contracts. Don't be taking things to heart, especially because people have a tendency of speaking before they think in a Mercury retrograde, and there's often a lot of miscommunication. Try not to take anything too personally, especially when it's coming in an email or a text form, because things can be misconstrued very easily. If you're feeling very triggered in your emotions, that's okay. Just take a few deep breaths before you respond. That's a lot. I want to show you the tarot cards. The very first card that came out was the Page of Cups. You can see that there's a man here is standing on the beach and he's got a little cup, which is the symbol of emotions. And then you got a little fish. This card is kind of like the page. So page is like student energy. It means we're at the start of a new chapter. The fish resembles your intuition, surprises, like an aha moment or an intuitive download or an idea might come to you under the eclipse and full moon. I would not be surprised if you suddenly get a redirection, an idea. The universe is kind of giving you signs, so pay attention to any symbols, signs like 3 5s in a row, for example, or 111. Numbers are a great sign, but also anything that is more meaningful to you as well. And also your dreams. So if you are having some vivid dreams, try and write them down if you can. It helps you to remember them. But definitely surprises and your intuition will be heightened. Please pay attention. The next two cards, I'm going to show you them together. We have 2 5s. We've got the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands. 5 is interesting. The number 5 basically talks to the nature of change, disharmony, change, disruption, which is completely eclipse energy. The energy of Wands is all about fire and taking action. Also, you've got like lots of people in both of these cards. The element of Swords relates to your mind and communication. I do feel like if you are over-analyzing, you're getting anxiety, you're worrying about stuff, or you've got tension between your friends or your partner or your family, that's to be expected under this eclipse and full moon. It's another reason to kind of go to ground, check your emotions, deep breaths, spend some time at the beach. This is going to really help you calm your emotions and let go of any excess heightened energy that you've got. I do think that things will clear, but it might be a little bit rocky for a little bit of time. Just pay attention to how you're feeling. Try and get to the heart of what you actually need. I know for me, anytime I get really angry, I'm a fiery Sagittarius, so anger is definitely part of my emotional blueprint. But often I'm not exactly really angry. I find that I get angry when I'm actually feeling underneath hurt or lonely, or grieving. Those 3 things, sadness, grief, or feeling lonely or feeling hurt, those things I often feel or experience first as anger. If you are someone like that, where you get really angry and you kind of tend to get frustrated, or you get anxious and overwhelmed, notice what might be underneath that, because often they are kind of like secondary emotions, and the primary emotion is actually something like, oh, I was really embarrassed, or I felt very vulnerable and open and exposed, or I felt really deeply hurt, or I felt disconnected and isolated and lonely. Those are the things that I would say are more often than not the root cause of then, on top of that, because we feel those emotions, then we feel angry, if that makes sense. If you don't normally feel angry, then maybe you might be feeling some other emotions, but I definitely think there is going to be some tension in your mind, probably tension in your body. So when you do feel that, go to the beach, spend some time in water and in nature, in the sunshine. I promise it will definitely help to calm you down. And you always have Reiki. If you are struggling under the full moon and eclipse, I know so many of us do, Reiki is here for you. I have sessions you can book online. If you can't find a spot, then I definitely have online Reiki sessions available to you. Reiki for Anxiety is an online distant Reiki session that is downloadable. You can do it whenever you want. You can do it over and over again every single night if you want. It does actually help you to sleep as well. It's $55. The link is in my bio. Otherwise, you can always reach out. You can DM me, let me know how you're feeling, and I will always respond. Sending you lots of love. I hope you're going to be okay. I know you will. Everything is always working out for your highest good. Sending blessings and love, and I'll see you on the other side of the full moon.